New at 5 o'clock, a Tulsa teenager has a warning for all families after his bizarre experience yesterday. Zach is 17 and a junior at Memorial. He was walking home from his job at Taco Bueno yesterday afternoon. It was cold and rainy, so when a couple of guys about his age offered him a ride, he accepted, never dreaming that for the next 6 hours they would refuse to let him go. Zach Lossner isn't afraid to admit it that he was pretty scared Sunday when he got into a van with a couple of guys in their 20s for a ride home, but they drove right past his neighborhood, and no matter how many times he asked, they refused to stop. He says they told him repeatedly he could make a lot of money and travel if he would just join them doing door-to-door magazine sales.
He said that they actually were from Vegas, is where they originated with their company, and are here. And they said that they travel from one side of the United States across it, and that you got to have points for how many magazines you sell.
Zach told them he had a job, was in school, that his parents would be worried about him, but he says they just kept driving. His frustration turned to fear when he heard the driver on the phone threatening one of the salespeople.
And he's sitting here threatening people he works with to kill him, and I'm just a stranger that he's offering a job. So like, I didn't want to. That's the point where I quit arguing with him about stopping and just was quiet.
6 hours later, he says they stopped for gas at this Quick Trip, which was just blocks from Zach's home. So as soon as the men got out, Zach made a run for it. His parents could quickly tell he wasn't just making up a story to cover up being late.
He was scared. I mean, you could tell he was scared. He was pale, and he was, looking down at the ground and shaky.
They filed a police report, and the officer told them this is what these door-to-door crews do. Articles have been written about them, and there's even a rescue group designed to help kids escape. They recruit young people, promise them big money, but often work the kids 14, 16 hours a day, force them to stay several to a room in cheap motels, and then hold their money from them for months. Zach and his mom wanted to warn others.
I'm able to laugh about it today because I'm okay, but then again, I'm mad about it. Like, who would kidnap? Like, just randomly kidnap someone to try and get them to work for you. It just doesn't make sense.
Police say there may not be a lot they can do criminally since Zach did get in the van willingly and they didn't physically hurt him. But they do warn people to be leery of these groups recruiting teenagers, and also when they come knocking on your door. Many of them have criminal records and aren't on the up and up.